to Innovative, Amazing Science with Sunana. I believe and I hope that you are doing great. So am I. I still remember that 26th January 2001. I'm just sharing with everyone this experiment. Why? Because as 26 January is approaching, and top of that, I was just thinking about the celebrations which we are going to do in the school and all. So this experiment came to my mind and I thought I should share it. And why specifically this experiment, I'm going to tell you. Because when I was in school and it was 26th of January, so we had to go to school and we had to participate in those activities. So we all were set and all the activities which were planned for the 26th January. So everything was taking place and it was all smoothly going on. I still remember the swimming pool which we have in our school when I was a child. So once everything was over, we were just waiting so that our parents will come and pick us up. So there suddenly we were playing and I could see, and some of my friends also saw that the waters were moving. And in that day, like specific, if I'm talking about 26 January, no one was allowed for any activities. So water should not like move or something like that. But then I saw, and my friends also saw, that the water was moving and as if somebody has thrown some stones or something like that. So we just rushed to the to the classroom to ask the teacher, please come and see. She also came and she could also see that, and in fact 26 January was such a day where it was cold also. So the fans in the room also, it was switched off. But before we could rush out with the teacher, we saw the fan blades also try to move. We were a little bit scared because we were very small at that time and we didn't understand. But then later we asked, so our teacher said maybe something happened or maybe some sort of explosions due to which there is an effect, maybe, but we were not sure exactly what had happened. So we finished all the activities which was planned for the day and we went back. But after a few hours, when we opened the news channel, it was like highlighted, there is an earthquake in Gujarat. So that was like very scary and it was a sad news because so many people died. So I had a question. I always thought like why this sort of things happen and what is this earthquake exactly and why this is happening? Why can't we take any sort of precautions, or why the weather department, or why like we are not able to know when these natural calamities are happening? So there were many questions, but then as a child, I couldn't solve that. But still, I kept on searching and tried to find out the answers till I reached to higher classes, wherein our physics teacher taught us some sort of experiments or some sort of sensors, you can say, that some devices that can be created or you can make it, which will detect like whether this earthquake is going to happen, or it detects. So that was quite interesting, and today we are going to do the same thing, and it is actually a very economical thing we are going to do at home, that is earthquake detecting sensors. And so I guess everyone is excited to learn a new thing. Are you ready? Let's get started. The things required are copper wire, safety pin, nut, LED bulb, buzzer, battery connector. This is 9-volt battery. Here I have taken some pieces of thermocol. This is a big sheet and this is another piece, and 2 small pieces of thermocol. Then a pair of scissors and of course self-adhesive tape. So what we are going to do is, I'll keep this aside for a while. First we'll take this adhesive tape will cut this from between. We'll take this bigger piece of thermocol and here at the sides we'll fix it. Okay. And take this rectangular piece of thermocol and fix it like this. So my setup is like this. Okay. Then I'm going to take this small piece. I'll use some more adhesive tape. I'll fix some more adhesive tape at the top. Okay, then I'll take this small piece and fix it like this. Can you see? Now my setup is ready. So first what I'm going to do is I'll take this copper wire. I'll just pull out a bit and I'll take this pair of scissors and scrape it a bit from the initial part. Okay. Slowly you have to do this and you have to be very careful. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'll take the safety pin and you have to insert this wire at the hole and bring it out, and you have to take the nut and put this wire inside the nut and you just have to twist it. Okay. Now you can see the nut and the safety pin both are hanging. So I'll just keep it like this at a distance. Then I'll just put it like this. From the level you can see I'll keep a distance. Then I'll take this copper wire on top of this thermocol piece and then I'll just keep some portions extra. Okay, and then I'll cut it, but before I cut it I will just I'll first take this adhesive tape I'll keep this aside. Then I will fix it like this. From the base I'll keep a distance. I'll put this wire on top of this thermocol and leave some portions extra. I'll take this thermocol and fix it like this so that it doesn't fall, and I'll cut some portions extra and leave it like this. So now you can see the safety pin and the nut are hanging. So next I'm going to take this piece of thermocol and I'm going to fix it here. So for that we need adhesive tape. Okay. Okay, I'll just fix it somewhere here. Okay, and like this you have to fix it. Okay, and then this safety pin also you have to keep it on top of that and fix it. So for that we require some more adhesive tape. Okay, we have to be very careful because this is thermocol and it is very light. Now can you see? I have fixed the thermocol at the center and the safety pin is here at the center, and I have used this adhesive to fix that. So now I am going to keep this setup aside so that it becomes easy for me to do the other things. I'll take the LED bulb, the buzzer and the copper wire. So I'll just take out some copper wire and I am going to scrape this off using the scissor. Again, I am saying that you have to be very careful. Okay, slowly you have to do, lightly. Okay, so I'm going to take this and to one end of this LED bulb I'm going to twist it. And we'll just take approximately this much and cut it. And then again we are going to take some more copper wire and we are going to do the same thing. We are going to scrape this off. Okay. Then I will take this electric buzzer and the negative terminal. I'll just use this copper wire and twist it around. And then this LED bulb, I'll take the positive end and do the connection in series. Okay. And I'll take some more copper wire and scrape it off a bit. Then cut it from here, and the remaining one which is left of the electric buzzer, I'm going to twist this copper wire here. Okay, and leave this like this. So when you observe this, at both the ends you can see the copper wire is there, and at the center there is a series connection. So now let us first fix our battery. So for that we require some adhesive tape. Okay, so we're going to take this battery and fix it right here. Now you can see I fixed the battery, and now we have to take this LED bulb and the buzzer. In the LED bulb, the positive is the long one, and here in the buzzer the negative is the short one. So we are just going to fix this here. This is the buzzer. Okay, and this is the LED bulb. Okay, and you can see the copper wire is here. Both the copper wires are here. You can see I've just left it here. So next what I'm going to do is I'll take this copper wire which is attached to the negative terminal of the electric buzzer, and you have to be very careful because this is very sensitive and all, and I'm going to wind it around the safety pin. Okay, the head of the safety pin you can see, I'll just wind it. Okay, okay, so I have wound this copper wire in the head of the safety pin. And now what I'm going to do this, you can see the LED bulb and this copper wire. Okay, so we will take this battery connector, the red one which is the positive one. We are going to connect this positive end of the LED bulb with this. So I will not require so much copper wire, so I'll just cut it. Okay, the extra one I'll be requiring later. So this is the positive end of the electric LED bulb, and this is the positive end of the battery connector. So I'm going to connect both the wires and then twist it around. Okay, so now I've connected the connector with the LED bulb. I'll keep this aside. I'll take this copper wire, the leftover copper wire. I'll take this negative end, the black one, and then connect this copper wire and then twist it around. Now both, okay, I'll just twist it properly. Okay, so now both the red, the positive one, and the black, the negative one, is connected to the copper wire, and this portion of the copper wire I'm going to connect with the leftover copper wire which we had done it. While fixing the safety pin, we had kept some extra copper wire at the top, so we are going to connect that together. and twist it. Okay. So now my setup is ready. The last thing which is remaining is this battery connector, which I'm going to put this on the batteries. I'm going to fix this. Okay. Could you hear the buzzer, and could you see the light from the LED bulb? That means my setup is all set, all my connections are set. But why was that buzzer and why the light? You could see. That means we are successful in making this earthquake sensor. Suppose I'll shake this place, and of course, let's see what is happening. Okay, I'll just... You can see when I'm shaking, the nut is also being shaked. That is the alarm, or that's the sensor we can hear when an earthquake happens. If I make this stable, okay. Now the nut is stable. Can you see? And it's all calm. So we cannot hear the buzzer, neither the light we can see. So now let us assume that there's an earthquake. Okay, I'll just do it manually. I'm just shaking. Okay, that means we are successful. We can see the LED is glowing, and in fact the buzzer also giving sound. Okay, so let me make this stable. Okay, so we are successful. So now let me show you a closure view. You can see the model is ready. All the connections are set. Let me just test. Let us just assume that we are having an earthquake. So I'm just going to shake this. Be careful. And let us see whether our sensors are working or not. Whether the LED is glowing or whether the buzzer is giving us sound. Let us just assume. This is an... Okay, earth is shaking now. Here I go. Oh my god, that means our setup is absolutely correct and our sensors are working. Okay, let me just make it stable. Okay, I've made it stable. So this experiment basically works on the principle of a pendulum, that is the to and fro motion. So we just saw that using the copper wire, there was a nut, and that nut was placed inside the hole of the safety pin. So with a slight movement of that nut, what was happening? We used to get alarm. Why? Because when the nut was moving, when the copper wire was touching the corner of the safety pin, there was an alarm which was created due to the completion of the circuit. So this is actually the basic principle of how this model is working. So you can just keep it at home, make it as a project and keep it as home. And you have to be a little bit careful because with the slightest movement also it will give alarm. So this is the reason wherein you can keep it, this model, inside a glass, sort of thing wherein there won't be any sort of wind or which is going to disturb that model. So when there is an earthquake, of course, there will be movement. When the plates of the earth are shakes and all, we know what is an earthquake and how it is caused. So with that slight movement also, alarm is going to be created. So this is very economical and it's very easy model to learn the concept also. If you enjoyed the experiment, do like it and do not forget to subscribe by pressing the bell icon, which is right there on your screen. And if you wish to share your experience with me, do put it in the comment section or do write a mail so that in my new upcoming videos, I can share your experience through an experiment. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.